What's up, guys? Welcome back to the AM. So, one of the things in mine and Andrew's journey long term that we have really discovered is if you're going to start doing something and you're going to start building or creating something, and this just applies to everything in general in life. If you're going to do something, pursue a vision, pursue a dream, pursue a goal, you don't want to do it for other people's validation, because here's the truth about stuff. They're not going to understand, and most likely it will cause conflict between you and other people currently in your life. Because if you begin building and you begin executing against a vision you have, you begin chasing your dream, you go after your stuff, a lot of people are not going to understand that. And the reason why is because they don't do it. They don't go out there to chase their dream. They don't go out there to build something. They don't want to do something in their life that is worthwhile. They end up just being a cog or just somebody who's like, cool, I'm just going to wake up and go to work and then come home, watch Netflix, eat dinner. That's what they're doing. Just living a life without a greater good driving them. And when you start pursuing something bigger than yourself and you start running towards it, right? It doesn't have anything to do with business. It could be anything in life, right? When you start pursuing or running after that, what happens is people in your friend group and family are most likely not going to understand what you're doing. And if you have any sort of desire to be validated or seen through the work you're doing, it is going to break. And it's going to break, one, with you, two, with the friend group, and then three, there are going to be unintended consequences and even long-term consequences from having that place, because you'll end up talking about what you're doing. You're going to end up sharing. You're going to end up doing all these things and partnering with people. And in the long term, they're not going to understand. And then it opens up the door for them to possibly hurt or come in to try and tear down, whatever, discourage all this stuff. It's so interesting. When Andrew and I went to business a long time ago, our best friend, he told me, like, I'm talking about years and years later, he told me, he's like, I always thought you were an idiot for doing it. I always thought you were stupid. I didn't understand why you were doing it and all these things. And we stayed friends throughout that part of just, life and in the journey. But it's like, it really shocked me because I'm like, man, you stayed with me. I thought you would have understood. I thought you would have seen. And it's interesting because I'm just sharing personally, like, cool, there are parts of me where I did it for validation. I did it looking for validation. I did it to prove myself. And I wanted people to see, like, hey, I said I was going to do this. I did it. And what's interesting is I don't need the validation from somebody else. I'm already validated. I just refuse to look at that. And a lot of my relationships long term, and I'm sharing, more personal stuff today, but a lot of my relationships long term broke over things like that because the dream and the promise was bigger than my life and then my relationships. It meant more. It mattered more in a lot of ways. And a lot of stuff broke along the way because people are not normally like that. I don't know. I don't know why. I can't explain it. I've wondered about it, asked why a bunch of times, and I still have no explanation for it. But the reason why I'm saying all of this is because if you are choosing to do something, to pursue a vision or a dream in your life, you don't need somebody else to validate you for doing it outside yourself and to run towards that. And then the second thing after that is, don't look for people to understand what you're doing. Don't look for people to understand you. Don't look for people to understand, where you're driven. If you're especially huge into self-improvement, that's going to break with a lot of people. Not a lot of people are into self-improvement. They are not looking to grow. Curiosity, in my opinion, is one of the number one character traits of self-improvement, right? If you're curious, you automatically want to improve and grow. You're constantly questioning and looking for more and better ways to improve, to walk through life, to do all these things. And if that's the case, and that's what you're doing and being curious about it, the curiosity is going to be very apparent. And if you'll notice in society and in culture, life, wherever, most people are not curious. They don't want to know. Most people don't want to know. They don't want to know why. And they're not curious about things. And I'm saying this because if you're misunderstood, that's okay. If you are going to lose friends along the way, that's okay. If you're going to lose family along the way, that's okay, right? The goal isn't to purposely hurt people or do anything like that. But if you are doing it for the validation, you're in it for the wrong thing. You need to be in it for the dream, because stuff will break along the way with relationships, with people, with other things. So anyways, guys, that's it for today. I'll catch you later. I'm out of time. Peace.